Good evening and welcome to the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We're coming to you live tonight from the newly renovated Eagles Nest in Spring Hill, Florida for a major rivalry game that can simply be called the Showdown. Both the Nature Coast Sharks and the Springstead Eagles are off to fast and dominant starts this season, and they square off tonight in what promises to be a classic contest. I'm Will Wilkie, and I'll be your guide for the pregame show tonight. Be sure to stick with us at halftime as well. We'll broadcast our senior spotlight interviews for tonight's game, where we feature Allan from Nature Coast and Ayden Ferguson from Springstead. These two senior leaders are both expected to be impact players tonight, and they have both been lighting up the stat sheet early on this season. We get to know a little bit more about these two fine athletes during our senior spotlights in our halftime show. Also at the half-field, commentator Derek Smith interviewed Springstead Athletic Director Dustin Kupchik earlier on today, and Coach Cup will give us a rundown of all the Eagle programs this fall, and then we'll check in with the McMurdo Family Vision Regional Scoreboard before returning to action in the second half. Now we're going to go ahead and get things started with our coaches' keys to tonight's game. You're watching the Gulf Coast Sports Network.
For us to beat Springstead and to be successful, we have to be solid as far as our errors go. So we can't have any penalties that are preventable. We can't have any pre-snap penalties. We can't have any formational penalties. Holdings and pass interference, those things happen. But the pre-snap, procedural penalties we can control. And in the past, I think that has been part of our problem when we've not played well, is we've had too many of those. So if we can cut those down, the preventable penalties, I think we have a chance to play with anybody that we step on the field with. But again, if we don't, we also have a chance to lose to anybody that we play against if we can't handle the stuff that we're supposed to control.
Tonight's matchup with Nature Coast is a huge, inter-county rivalry. All these guys know each other. They played each other in youth ball. They both want the bragging rights for the rest of the year. And so it's exciting. It's a buzz throughout the county. It's always our biggest gate. It's always the most packed game, and it's highly anticipated. And our big thing from a defense standpoint is we got to stop that big running back of theirs, or 2,000-yard rusher. Try and get him stopped with penetration, and before he can get going. Before he gets at top speed. Easier said than done, but I think the game plan going into that week, into Nature Coast, last year and this year is, all right, let's control him. You're not going to completely stop him, but control him and keep them out of the end zone. Offensively, they're really coached well on their defensive side with Coach Liggett, and so they're always sound defensively. So we're going to have to pick and choose our spots and spread the ball around a little bit and just really finish drives. Get the ball in the end zone, control the clock, control the ball, move the chains, and keep the ball away. Play a little keep away from their offense and from that big back. I think that's a pretty good formula for success if we can do it.
We'd like to thank Coach Johns and Coach Garofano for meeting with us to discuss their keys to tonight's game. Let's go ahead and get things going. Let's send it up to the booth for Abe and Dave for Nature Coast in Springstead. Take it away, boys.
Abe, check out this stadium. New press box, updated stands, and new fresh grass. This place looks incredible. Especially packed tonight with the visitors from Nature Coast just 3 miles down the road. Springstead faithful lineup all the way down the fence line. This could be a standing room only game.
Dave, both teams coming in hot, both undefeated, but more impressively is how they are winning. Nature Coast scored 45 points and only have given up 3, while Springstead has scored 95 points and only gave up 7.
That means both squads can score and both teams can play punishing defense.
Let's take a closer look at the Eagles, led by senior quarterback Ayden Ferguson, who has accounted for 4 touchdowns and 210 yards last week versus Citrus. Springstead is a run-first team, but with Ferguson under center and several talented wide receivers on the rosters, they could take a shot deep on any play.
Well, that's been the buzz around town. So many fans are excited to see this team score and score quickly, which is different from the past few seasons when Springstead was committed to the long drives and with the short, quick runs.
The Eagles have been ferocious and stingy on defense. Already 21 tackles for losses, 6 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 2 fumbles, led by their aggressive linebackers, my man Madden, and his cohort Clint Huggins.
Wow, 21 tackles for losses already and 6 turnovers in just 2 games. That is exactly how Coach Garofano wants to play defense.
Well, Dave, last week Nature Coast looked very strong in their season opener, running the ball for over 300 yards with the 1-2 punch of Allan and Christian Cromer, while sophomore quarterback Jackson Hoyt went to the air for 123 yards and 2 total touchdowns.
That's over 400 yards in one game, and we called that game last week, and I noticed the Nature Coast offensive line looked incredibly sharp getting to the second level, and they played with very little penalties, which Coach Johns has committed to being one of his most important focuses in tonight's game.
Now on defense last week, the Sharks ate 13 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, and held Hernando to just 100 yards of total offense, led by senior linebacker Brady Nolan and the sack artist Gabriel Rios.
I am so excited for this game. Last year, we were tied going into the fourth quarter. This year, both squads come in undefeated and playing sound football. Both offenses are rolling. Both defenses are stout. This is the only ticket in town, and GCSN is bringing it to you live tonight.
All the makings for an instant classic of the showdown tonight, right here in the Eagles' Nest, Springstead High School. You got Nature Coast, you got Springstead going head to head. This is one of those battles to where this is bragging rights for the county right now. Which team will take the lead and be undefeated going forward?
I can't wait. And now we got the captains going to the middle of the field right now for the coin toss to get this thing started.
I'm sure these seniors on the Eagles are anticipated of playing this game because, it could be their last time playing the Sharks, playing it at their home field, playing them with this new stadium, new atmosphere, new look, new team. Springstead seems to have something up and coming with this year's team.
Yeah, they got some important seniors. They have a really talented sophomore class. They even have a freshman that starts both ways. They have a lot going on tonight. Just like you said, it's the season opener for the home field. No one's ever played on this field until right now.
Right. And you know what? It's going to be one of those challenges. It's still early in the season. Anticipation is high. Wondering how the penalties may be, with the referees calling the penalties as well as the players making the penalties. And I believe one of the coaches made a comment that he wanted to minimize the penalties that they can control tonight.
Well, and you told us the score. They have scored so much. Both teams have scored nearly 50 points a game and hardly given up any, and both have had hardly any penalties already, right? Like, penalty-free football is winning football, which both of these guys are undefeated right now, so they understand what I'm talking about.
So the challenge here, Dave, is you got 2 stingy defense that have not given up many touchdowns or anything like that. So it's one of those games is who wants it more, who wants it right now.
And I can't wait to see how the defense responds because I feel like these are 2 mirrors right now. Both of them can run, both of them can throw, both of them play the defense, and I can't wait to see them get after each other.
The Eagles and the Sharks fans are piling in. The referees are giving a sign. Seems like we're getting ready to kick off, and Nature Coast will be receiving the ball. They possibly deferred to the second half, but this time it's about to get, as they say, crunk. The atmosphere is here. The rain
it's gone.
It's come to a halt. When we did our pregame walkthrough of the field seemed immaculate.
Like there was no rain at all. I was so impressed with how much water was not on the field, how slippery the field was not before the game, and that was during the rainstorm, which has subsided so far.
And speaking of Coach Garofano as he was coming off the field, look, they got strobe lights coming on the field for the players as they come through the tunnel. They're making this anticipation even more for their fans, with the strobe light of the stadiums. I mean, Springstead has really upgraded here tonight.
They look at those fellas. They are ready to place the ball. They're jumping around the crowd. Like I told you before, there's nowhere to stand. We got people lined up on the fence. I'm telling you, these guys are ready to cheer on their home team.
Dave, I'm getting goosebumps right now just getting ready to call this game because the fans are excited. The players are excited. And I hope that you and everyone at home watching GCSN Gulf Coast Sports Network are excited. Send us some likes. Subscribe to us. Tell a friend, tell a relative. Right now, we got it live right here at Springstead High School. There's no other place to be other than right here between the Eagles and the Sharks.
Not a lot of people know this, but the sophomore kicker for the Springstead is a great kicker. He's perfect on his field goals, perfect on his extra points, and he can kick this ball into the end zone, which would be great for us to see a deep kick and maybe a possible return. Not a lot of teams want to return it, want to kick it deep to your fastest, most athletic guys, but Springstead may do that because they got a foot with this young kicker.
Well, Dave, we've talked about it. It's almost game time and almost kickoff. This is what we've been waiting for all week. You've been anticipating. I've been waiting. The fans been waiting. The student body has been waiting. This is the game of the week, the showdown.
Well, check this out. We got 4 guys on the near side for Springstead. Okay, they're switching now. So they're lined up as if they're expecting the onside kick. After I just told you how good the kicker was. So he must be good at onside kicks too, because they seem to be ready.
Right now, these one of the games, they don't know what to expect. Kicks high. He's met quickly.
Ooh. I could hear the hits from here. I could hear the pads popping. And that's what I expect to hear all night long, Abe.
Well, we get the first opportunity to see the Sharks offense come out and what defense the Eagles will present to them.
Well, as you said earlier, Springstead's led by their middle linebacker and outside backer, my man Madden. I'm excited to see how these guys fly to the big running back there, Christian Cromer, who's lining up under center.
Straight snap to Cromer. Cromer goes up the middle. Looks like he got about 6 yards on that carry.
Just a direct snap to the running back who lines up as quarterback. Just a quick direct snap, and he follows some extra blockers. And Coach Garofano told us they're going to try to get to him before he gets going.
And now they bring their field general in, number 5, Jackson Hoyt. Give motion. Quarterback rolls left. Pressured.
Jump on it.
Look like he has some pressure.
Yeah, Abe, he was rolling out, changed directions, and threw the ball right before he was tackled, but they ruled him down before, so that's going to be a loss of at least 8.
He was quickly met by number 80, Joey Stobbins. He was in the backfield immediately.
Well, we talked at the beginning of the game about tackle for losses and sacks, and that's going to go down as a sack. Already, second play of the game, this defense is ready to play.
Looks like the Sharks coming trips to the left side of the field. Quarterback keeps it up the middle.
Ooh, he is hit.
He is met quickly.
Uh-oh.
That looked like that was number 2.
Yeah, with a little extracurricular at the end of that, with a little shove on the quarterback. Thankfully, no penalty, because you cannot. We talked about it, no penalties tonight.
That was Zylas Pastrana. He got in there quickly and wrapped up. That's going to be another key to this game is to wrap up. The basic fundamentals of football, wrapping up. Because you try to arm tackle these guys, they're going to break through and get that extra yards.
Yeah, wrapping up is important on any level.
The punt's away. And it's picked up by looks like number 12. That's number 12. That's going to be Tyree Davis for Springstead.
That's a talented sophomore we spoke earlier as a wide receiver, who had a long 40-yard touchdown catch last week against Citrus. He got him in the return game. Springstead nearly blocked that punt, Abe. They shot the gap. They had 3 guys within an arm length of the punter. But now it's Nature Coast's turn on defense and Springstead's turn on offense. Look, we're going in the shotgun for Springstead, something they haven't done in a long time.
Quick handoff to number 4. Finds a small seam, pick up about 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, that's Christian Cromer stopped in first, and that's the running back who plays defensive end. Pretty wild when you can have a running back and a defensive end be the same guy.
That was Connor Macazio on that run, which bring up 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Looks like they got twins to the left side of the field, single receiver to the right, single back, shotgun formation. Quick pass, caught across the middle for the first down.
Did you see the play action? It was just a moment to bring check out the replay, the recovery room instant replay. It's a quick fake to the up back right there, and he throws it right now on the slant, and he almost took it to the house.
He put it in that window. That's going to be number 88, Cadell Gilbert, making that fine catch for the Eagles as they march down the field. Quarterback drops, puts it in the air. Pass is caught by number 88 once again.
Recovery room instant replay once again. 2 consecutive passes, a deep ball, and he had to go get it. He had to go down, slide down, get his hands right, and save it before it hit the ground. Well done, number 88.
Now, Dave, I don't know if that was intended for number 88. I believe it was going for number 1, but number 88 was in the area, and he came back to make that catch.
Which is a great football play.
Quarterback hands off number 4. Number 4 finds to the outside to the right. Picks up about 8 yards on the carry.
Check out the change of direction. He gets the ball, goes straight at the middle, and busts it back outside. Well ran.
Once again, that was number 4, Connor Masazio.
I believe he's a sophomore running back here, showing some burst.
Seemed like Coach Garofano got a lot of young players on this team.
He's got some explosion players with some pretty good explosion as well. Speed and explosion.
We go, looks like trips to the left. Handoff again. He dances around the outside. He sees the seam. And he finds the end zone. That's number 4, Connor Macazio.
Look at him toe the line. The recovery room instant replay is going to show you how he keeps his body inside the field of play and crosses over that goal line. Quick little juke outside. Beats the corner to the end zone. Well, man, what an opening drive for the Springstead Eagles. An impressive 3-and-out on defense, and they marched the ball down the field in consecutive plays. That was an incredible start to the game. Coach Garofano's got to be very pleased with the beginning of this game right now.
Which he showed he has 2 options right now. He hit number 4. 4 picked up some beautiful yards. Then he came back to number 88 with 2 remarkable catches. And then next thing you know, he finished it off with giving it to number 4 once again, which he drove in and scored that touchdown and got this crowd electrified tonight.
They are electrified. You're absolutely right, Abe. I want more. I want to see how these guys respond here last week because we know no one scored on either one of these 2 defenses, and already in the first drive, we got points on the board.
Well, that goes to tell you right now the confidence level of these Eagles are high right now, especially being able to drive down the field. And remember, there was no penalties throughout that entire drive.
Which is good football. That's what you want. You want good football, penalty-free football.
So now, the Eagles have set the tone on their first possession of the game.
Did you see the switch? They showed that they were going to have the onside return, and now they moved 3 players back, and now they're anticipating the deep kick.
It's another pooch kick. caught by number 23, and he's immediately wrapped up by a host of Eagles.
That's the Allan Ho. That was the 1-2 punch from last week that we saw a lot of. And here he is again, getting a chance to return it. He just didn't get a chance to get started with show his speed. So do they go with Cromer under center, or are they going to go back to Hoyt? Looks like. Oh, I see Hoyt out there. He's there. So they're going to go under center in the running formation. It looks like they got Cromer in the up back and Allan Ho in the back. And that's usually when they gave the ball to Ho last week. So it'll be interesting to see if that's what we see here.
Well, it's still early in the game. Hand off to Ho. He makes it up the middle. It looks like he picks up about 3 good hard yards on that play.
There's a lot of Eagles inside that 5-yard box of the line of scrimmage, and they're all flying to that ball.
Right now, Coach Johns need to make sure he keep his guys. It's a lot of football left in this game. Just because they scored that 1 touchdown doesn't mean the game is over. To keep their heads up, But the Eagles came out and they're saying they're not playing. Let's see if their defense can back up what the offense just did. Hand off to Allan Ho. It looks like a flag on a play. Picks up about 2 yards on the carry.
They're going to call it on Nature Coast. Looks like an illegal shift today. So drop him back 5 yards.
And that was one of the things that the coach talked about in his pregame is he's trying to minimize those penalties that can hurt them. Penalties that they can control.
Well, they don't want to go backwards. And in the first drive, they had that 8-yard loss on the sack. And now they got the 5-yard loss on the illegal shift. So two keys that Coach Johns wants to get out of.
And he'll bring up second and 10. Hand off to Cromer, and they met Cromer in the backfield.
Yeah, he barely got that handoff clean.
He was led by number 34. That's going to be Craig Corbett that led that swarm of defense that came in there. And you know what? One of the fundamentals that you see when he hit him was he wrapped up. He immediately wrapped up, and then everybody else, his supporting cast, came in to assist him and help him out.
Yeah, Corbett went low, and that's what you got to do against the 6-foot, 235-pound running back.
Which it looked like he lost a yard, so now it brings up third and 11. They got motion to the left.
Ooh.
Looks like they either called timeout on the Shark side. Coach didn't like what he's seen as that play got ready to develop, and he quickly called timeout.
Well, you can't take them. You can't save them. So take your timeouts.
And let's get ready to take a commercial break.
I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Divinity on a custom skincare regimen the year leading up to my wedding. It included a series of in-office treatments, microneedling, PRP, hydrofacials, and an at-home skincare regimen. So I had no worries the day of my wedding. My skin was perfect.
All right, we're back in action. And they're in a different formation, Abe.
Looks like they got a little confusion going on the Shark side.
Well, I think they're waiting for the whistle. And Cromer might have jumped the gun there on his motion. Okay. They're all checking with the coach. They're checking with the coach. Coach Johns is signaling it in right now. Everybody's looking.
Some teams run a trick play off of something like this. Now you got both shift to the left. 3 goes in motion. Slot OT. But the defense is swarming and they miss. Allan Ho was able to pick up a tough 4 yards on that play.
I think that was a design timeout. He called it right before so that the Springstead could see the motion. Shows the same exact play, only to set up the counter. That could have been a big first down. Allan Ho ran that ball really well, but it still is 4th and 5.5 on your side of the 50, so they will elect to punt here.
Leading that tackle for the Eagles was number 40, Clinton Huggins, which you mentioned earlier, one of those stout linebackers. Kicks away, almost blocked, and he touched the punter, so it may be.
Yeah, just a soft touch, but it was a touch, and the referee has the flag right there.
And he actually showed good sportsmanship, as he ran into him.
But,
I don't think he was doing it intentionally trying to block. They're probably friends that know each other because, remember, a lot of these young players have been playing with each other for quite some time.
Yeah, and Garifano's not happy about it. He's out there talking to him. But let's see if he calls it. He is going to call it. And that 5-yard penalty, I don't know if it's an automatic first down. But
it may give them 4th and 1.
It looks like if it's not a first down, it's going to be. But they got the offense coming back in, so.
I'm quite sure that young man will be doing some running after this game or next week at practice.
Yeah, if you're not close enough to block it, you just kind of go to the left or go to the right. But that's the second time they've had more than one person back there on the punt. It is a first down.
It is a first down, so they give Nature Coast life with that penalty.
Yeah, look at Coach Garifano. He is inside the numbers, almost to the hash. He's letting the white hat know that he just gave up a first down.
And see that penalty, he really didn't hit him. He ran into him, almost give him a hug like, hey, good kick or whatnot. But you know what? The referee called it. The referee's trying to keep this game close. Direct snap to Cromer. And they're swarming. The Eagles are swarming. He picked up no yards on that play.
No yards, but he was hit by 6 different Eagles right there and still got it to the line of scrimmage. I mean, 6 different Eagles got into him. And last week we talked about how the offensive line was getting to second level. They have to be able to get to level 1 first in this game.
It looks like it's going to be a water break. But you know what? I got to commend, Coach Garifano, because even though the player got the penalty for touching the punter, those guys, you know what, they were shaking hands, they were tapping each other on the helmet, they showed true character, it wasn't malicious or anything like that, so one of the things is they were pretty much, showing good sportsmanship, in regards to that. And both teams right now have been showing great sportsmanship across the board.
I see Coach Garifano out there speaking to him, and I feel like a lot of that is to let his kids, his players know that, just keep them fighting. Keep them fighting, keep them playing some ball, keep them tackling, keep shooting the gaps. I mean, they're doing awesome. Our umpire tonight is Dan Boudre. Referees tonight are Manny Carrera, Carlos Bowler, Maurice Montgomery, Randy Connell, and Kurt Galuba.
They're part of that West Central Officiation Association. Cromer's up the middle. Looks like he picked up a hard 2 yards.
We're always thankful for the referees. If they're not out there, we don't have a game.
The Eagles are playing sound football right now. Their defense are wrapping up and gang tackling, which the coach talked about. He need to stop the run. He say he know they're going to get their runs in, but their thing is to try to stop the run and control the clock as well.
It's 3rd and 9. I mean, it's 3rd and 9. This is a really good defense, but they are lined up in a passing formation.
Trips to the right. Cromer rolls to the outside. Quarterback drops back, passes in the air, and he makes a catch. That's number 13.
I believe is that Talon Poole?
Brady Nolan on the catch.
Is that Brady Nolan?
Brady Nolan on the catch for the first down. Check out the replay. Ball was up.
Great catch. Brady Nolan's he's been a starter for 3 years now at tight end. Mr. Reliable, I hear him call him that. Big first down.
Hand off to number 2.
Uh-oh.
He finds a seam. He's up the middle. Makes his way to the 20-yard line. Looks like he has enough for a first down.
Yeah, he got going there. There was some daylight, some room to run, and when the big fella gets going, it's harder to bring him down.
That number 2, Christian Cromer, which this drive has been sustained off that punt. So you take back that punt, defense would have done their job, but now the defense got to dig in right now. to shut this offense because they gave the offense light.
And we're going to see if the Sharks are going to take advantage here. A rare flag. Looks like it's going to be on Nature Coast. False start. All right, someone jumped a little early. All right, so it'll be 1st and 15, just outside the 25-yard line. They did flip the receivers.
Look like they got twin receivers to the left side of the field, single receiver on the right. Quarterback is shotgun formation. That's Jackson Hoyt. Quick hand off to number 2. He finds a seam right up the middle. He's dancing to the side, and he's finally brought down. Picks up about 6 yards on the carry.
You know, he just went north and south, took what the Eagles gave him, and he broke it back to the weak side of the field where there are less defenders. That might have been a 10-yard gain, Abe, because they were 5 yards behind the sticks, and now they're about 5 yards ahead of the sticks, but it's still going to bring up a 2nd and 5. Low motion.
Direct snap to Cromer. Power his way forward. Looks like he may have enough for a first down. He may be at the line. Bring up 3rd down.
Well, 3rd and this short, you know you're going for it, so you're going to get two snaps at it. You just want to make sure you don't have any negative plays. I'd be surprised if anybody was in the gun here. They'll probably go right under center.
Direct snap again to Cromer. He's following his pal, finds a seam, and he makes his way in the end zone.
We do have some laundry on the 7-yard line. Looks like a quick flag. He was in the end zone when I saw the flag come out. They're gonna get him for holding. All right, so they have a holding call.
Which will back him up.
That was a good run. You know, he got stuffed at the original point, and he busted it outside, kept his feet in bounds.
Cromer's offensive line has been doing a great job for him, making sure that they push forward and trying to win in between the trenches.
All right, we got 3rd and 7.
Got a shift. The ball's down. Falls out in and out of the hands of the quarterback, which is going to bring up 4th down. Got a minute and 30-something remaining in the first quarter.
Well, it's going to be 4th and 15.
This is a tough decision maker for the coach right now, being that you're knocking on the door.
You take the punt out. You nearly had it blocked twice already. Can the kicker get it there? Which last week they were great, but quarterback's got an arm. Let's see if he can throw it.
Shotgun formation. Twins to the right.
Run it. Ooh.
There's great coverage on the play by number 10.
All right. They throwing that to look like Brady Nolan again in the air. He tracked the ball pretty good. I mean, that's a good ball. I thought Hoyt might run that ball.
But while that ball was in the air, did you see the acceleration by number 10, Chris C.J. Kresser? He's a freshman, as they went back for that ball in the air to make sure he was right in the spot to put his hands up in the air, saving that pass.
Yeah, he was in the right spot, that's for sure. Now, Springstead gets the ball back. Nature Coast did eat up a lot of time on the clock. But here are the Eagles' second.
Twins to the right. Motion. Quarterback drops back. He's pushed out. Throws the ball away. He was under pressure by number 51 and 54 of the Sharks. Devontae Waddy and Trenton Hayes put pressure on that quarterback. He was looking downfield. He was trying to find a home run ball with 51 seconds remaining, which now we're down to 44 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
He wanted to throw that ball. He just didn't believe that his receiver was open enough. So he brought it back and got the ball out so he didn't get sacked.
Looks like they're in a 4 wide, single back shotgun formation.
Oh! They threw it in the flats to the wide open number 4, who runs the ball super well. That's Connor Macazio.
He has some daylight.
Well, and that's the toughest thing to do is have a ball with no one around you, catch it, because you're so excited. You just want to catch the ball and run, but you got to catch it first, run second. But we're at 39 seconds to go in the first exciting quarter here.
Which brings 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
Copy that. Make sure that Brian captures something.
They go 4 wides once again. Single back shotgun formation. Motion. Quick handoff to number 1. He's round the right side. He picks up a first down, and he's brought out of field. Had blockers down the field. Number 10 blocking down the field for him.
Hey, that was Luca Gargillo, the punt returner. He was flying in motion, took the ball, and got the first down, got out of bounds as well. Some good downfield blocking by the Eagle receiving corps.
Number 5 was in on the tackle. Jackson Hoyt. Correction, that'd be 51. 56. Lyndon Showcroft.
A little trickery in the backfield with some play action, but the Sharks go ahead and make the tackle. Hey, we are going to throw it down. We are going to throw it down to our field reporter, Derek, right now on the field. Go ahead, Derek.
Hey, thanks, guys. Great job for that first quarter. The electricity down here, at least on the Springstead side, is palatable. And you can see it on the field. I mean, they have really run over this Nature Coast defense so far. And Nature Coast offense has really had a hard time getting anything going. Great job, guys. We'll check in with you a little later. Back to you.
Thank you. You know, Abe, I'm excited to see all these different formations that the Eagles have put out. They're spreading the ball, 4x4, 2x2. They have some great fakes, good motions, very creative offense that we're getting to see here, and with the likes of number 15, leading the way, Ayden Ferguson, doing some nice things, getting the ball out quick. And we have seen some laundry that we haven't seen in most of the season by two teams that seem to always be penalty-free this season. And we got a recovery room located on 3201 Premier Drive in Brooksville. You can give them a call at 352-797-2775 or visit them online at www.recoverysportsclinic.com. Yeah, 2nd and 10, Abe.
Eagles come back out in that 4-wide set. Quarterback rolls to the left. Didn't see what he liked. Went ahead forward for about 1.5 yards, 2 yards.
Well, that was an option play, but Carlos Mendez of the Sharks was there for the pitch man. And a smart play by Mr. Ferguson to take that ball and get 3 yards and not turn it over.
You know, you mentioned earlier new things done to the stadium. It's a new look for the Eagles as well.
Yeah, they painted the bleachers gray, all right, and the whole new field, everything, and the colors in the background.
Seemed like the rain is about to come back. Quarterback throws a pass. Oh!
No penalty. Calling it incidental contact. But what a great fake. And went back to number 88 on the pass, which was nearly completed. But we got 4th down, Abe, and you're on your side of the 50. That's a punting situation, right?
I would, with a game of this magnitude, I would go ahead and punt, and let my defense handle their business.
You're great defense, and you got the lead. So punting is most likely going to come out here.
Now you got to start looking, it's raining, but the field has been holding the water very well, so that the field is not going to be an issue.
All right, your punter is the wide receiver, Khaled Gilbert. Oh, he's going to fake it. He's going to fake it.
He got a block. He got a block. He's still moving.
Wow.
There's a 1st down.
When check out the recovery room instant replay. When your punter is your wide receiver, look at the offensive lineman there, number 3. Just keep looking for somebody to hit. Well done by the Eagles.
So the Eagles came out the hat with a little trick, utilizing that punter / wide receiver, which made great running room. They were blocking downfield. You know what? They didn't have anybody blocked from behind or anything like that would have caused them to have to bring it back. So excellent call at the right time.
Coach Garfano is being aggressive, and he wants to pour it on. He wants to have the ball.
Quick handoff to number 4. He follows his block, and he's brought down quickly by number 13.
That's Brady Nolan.
And number 4.
Ayden Sepsis. Tag team that one. They both came in there and had some nice little wrap up.
So it looked like 2nd and 9 for the Eagles.
And Garfano's fine right here. It's tick-tock. He's controlling the clock right now. He's not giving the Sharks any chance to score when they have the ball. They're in 0 rush right now on their side of the 50.
Quarterback draws back under pressure. Looks like he caught the ball.
That was Gabriel Rios, number 50 for the Sharks, that had a chance at the quarterback. But that quick little jab step by Ayden Ferguson froze Rios and was able for him to pull that down and give the toss out there.
Number 1, Lucas Gargulio made that nice catch. It was taken out of bounds. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Lucas has some pretty good speed. We saw him earlier on the end around. Had him right here in a nice route, quick.
Split left, single receiver to the right. Shotgun formation, looking for the signal for the side. Looks like they're going to call a timeout. This would be a great chance for us to go ahead and go to a commercial break.
Certainly I'm an avid golfer, been, golf usually weekly. Play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been in pain for years that are now doing the things that they want to do. And Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy 65 to 69. Through all the turmoil and stress battling with the VA, I've come to learn that certain organizations have their hands tied and can only proceed so far, whereas Attorney Chris Chambers has the experience and the ability to dig into the files and get the results that got me my 100%. Tremendous job in helping veterans.
All right, we're back.
Look like they're in that 4 wide motion to the right. Quick handoff, cut up the field.
Springstead's trying to finish the runs. They're happy with taking 4 and 5 yards if that's what's given to them, and that's what they just took there. But it's 4th and about 3, Abe.
That was Luka again on the carry.
4th and 3.
4th and 3. So Dave, what would you do on a play like this?
15 has done a great job of throwing the ball, and earlier he had the option play. I don't know. Maybe I'd come back to the option. Number 1 on the jet. Number 88 on the quick slant.
I might put the ball in number 4's hand. He put the ball in number 4's hand, and he powers forward. Looked like he has the first down.
He finished that run, Abe. You saw him barrel it down.
You see number 4 as Connor Mazzullo, which once again he got the first down. I felt he's been running very well all night. I would have gave the ball to him again.
Yeah, he had the touchdown earlier. That's the talented sophomore running back.
That was number 3, Carlos Rodriguez, that made that stop for the Sharks. Split receivers to the right. Hand off to number 4. He finds the left side of the field. He got some speed. He picks it up. Ladies and gentlemen, he's in the end zone for the Eagles. Flags on the play.
Let's check out the recovery room instant replay. If you see here that the
looks
wide receiver,
like a holding.
The wide receiver ran the route, which caused the corner to leave his area, which is his main responsibility, is to go with the wide receiver, and that created a lot of grass. Did they call what they call?
Holding.
Holding.
Is going to bring it back. Sometimes at critical moments, penalties like that can hurt you.
Well, there was no need to hold because there was a lot of grass out there on that sideline, but the hold is the call, which will bring you back 1st and 20. But again, Coach Garofano's offense has not been stopped yet, and they're finally getting the ball back because they didn't get it much in the second half of that first quarter. So they get to even out some time of possession, and now they're faced with a 1st and 20, but they got 4 downs to get 20 yards.
He's got 8 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the first half. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network. You can find us on all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Another flag on the play.
Well, it was pre-snap, so it's likely on the Eagles, and it is. So we're going the wrong way. Now it's 1st and 25, Abe.
But this is a great game. It's a little rain in the air, but it seems like the fans have came prepared. They have their umbrellas, raincoats, and some of them,
and
just toughing it out. And it's not like they're running from the rain. They're right here with it. Like we said, it's a nice crowd on hands. We'd like to thank our camera crews that's out there. They're doing a great job making sure you guys get great footage. Hand off to the fullback. That's going to be number 3 for the Eagles.
That's PJ Class. He's a big running back too, and I know that they fed him the ball last week, and he's a pretty fast fella. But they like to get him on those early downs because he can break it loose when given a little room.
And Class is a junior. So yeah, once again, Coach Garofano has a very young team here.
Yeah. PJ is a active guy on the front line and for the defense as well.
So it's going to be 2nd down and a long way to go. Eagles going into the 4-wide set. Shotgun formation. Coach Garofano didn't like what he seen, so he called a quick timeout.
Make sure you turn in tonight or the halftime for our senior spotlights. Interviews with some of these awesome seniors that we have. Number 23, Allan Ho for Nature Coast, and number 15, quarterback Ayden Ferguson, to this time at the half. All right, we got 2nd and 22, Abe. 7 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first exciting half. 7-0.
I felt they couldn't help me, and I got in touch with Chris, and he got right to work on it, and I'd say within a year, I had 100% disability.
All right.
Back to action. We got the Eagles up and their Eagles Nest 7-0 over the Sharks. 7:14 remaining in the second quarter. Eagles have second and a long way to go. They come trips left, single receiver to the right. Shotgun formation. Number 15 draws back. He puts the ball in the air. Oh! Flags on the play.
No, you know, number 1 smacked that ball. That is Evan Falkingham. He smacked the ball, but they may have gone in for contact before it got there. Let's take a look at our recovery room instant replay. You could tell 15's going deep right away, throws it nice and high.
And that was number 10, the intended receiver.
Well, there are 2 flags. So
Chris C.J. Kresser,
the speedster,
the true freshman.
Well, that's a big penalty for the Sharks, and they will help out the Eagles here. It's going to be second down, but instead of 1st and 22, it's going to be second and about 8. Second and about 8, Abe.
All right. Well, we were a long way to go, but now
it's
you have something right. Correct.
Now, Falkingham did a nice job of smacking that ball. It would have been the contact before.
Hand off to number 4 around the left side. Up the middle, and another flag comes out.
You know, Ayden Ferguson, the quarterback, number 15, he can pull that ball and keep it himself and run it, because he's been giving it to Connor Macazio late. And it's the right read, but you can see how late he's getting his hand out of there. But you're right, we do have another flag, and they're eating up the clock, though. I mean, it's 6 minutes and 57 seconds.
And that was number 13 on the tackle, Brady Nolan, for the Sharks. You know, we've mentioned his name a couple times tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the big leaders on that defense, and we mentioned him at tight end as well today. He'll pretty much play the entire game.
Quarterback draws back. He puts the ball up again. Another flag on the play. I'm not sure what's going on in the secondary, you know, with that speed of Kresser. You know, those corners are trying to hold on to him as they're going downfield, trying to keep that deep threat from happening. Seems like the Eagles are trying to get the ball down there to him.
Yeah, they had a number 4. Macazio was open in the flats as well, but Ferguson decided to go deep and did draw the penalty. See where we're at here with the spot of the ball. Almost back to the original line of scrimmage. A lot more flags than we anticipated.
Especially in the second quarter. First quarter, we were able to, you know, flow through with minimum penalties. You know, right now, you know, the game is starting, each team is starting to know each other and, you know, starting to batten down, you know, the score, 7-0. It's a lot of football remaining in this game.
It's a big game, and you know how the nerves can get.
4 wide, hand off, cuts up the field, finds a seat to the left side. That's number 1 again on the play. Brought down by number 4, Ayden.
That's Luca on the carry. Luca, that's his second end around. He does have a lot of speed in his toolbox there. But it's 3rd and 6. And Coach Garfano is eating up the clock, trying to continue the drive. That's a little longer huddle than usual, as the clock just keeps ticking, which is what Coach Garafano's looking for.
Back into that 4 wide set. Shotgun formation, single back. Quick handoff and another flag on the play.
Which usually means it's going to be on the Eagles.
You know, today we're going to have to make sure we find a standout player on these teams. What's going on? Do we have a player of the game?
Oh, player of the game. We have Glory Days player of the game, and the player of the game gets a T-shirt from Gulf Coast Sports Network, and they get a gift certificate for Glory Days right down the road here in Brooksville, Florida.
All right, let's see if we can get some regional scores.
Very impressed, Dave, with the sidelines and the stands here for the Springstead Eagles. They are really supporting their team tonight. They get some noise, cheering them on. A lot to cheer about, though, if you're an Eagle.
Quarterback's drop. He looks deep.
Oh, that was nearly intercepted by number 1, Evan Falkingham. Check this instant replay, recovery instant replay. Well, let's not check the replay, but that was a really good defensive coverage there by Mr. Falkingham.
Falkingham has made a couple good plays back there deep. You know, I believe one was called for a penalty, but he was right there with the receiver. They're going neck and neck. He's trying to play a great defensive game.
Yeah, usually if you touch the ball, you don't always get the penalty, but they must have thought it was a little push and shoving before. But that play, he was in his pocket, and he had the chance at the ball.
I believe Falkingham was a cross-country runner, but decided to play football his senior year.
Yes, and they're happy to have him. It's 4th down, Abe.
He goes deep again.
Out of the end zone almost.
Led him too far.
Oh, there is a penalty, a late penalty. The ball was overthrown. I didn't see any contact. I'm excited to see what this call could be. But that's Carlos Rodriguez on the coverage. He does have his hands in the air.
Don't forget the game's being officiated by West Central Official Association. Making the calls on the field for us tonight.
Pass interference on the Sharks.
Does that look like it's going to give them a first down?
Well, if it's in the end zone, they are going to get a very favorable spot.
Was it a catchable ball?
I thought it was a little low and deep. I know, Abe, I could not have caught the ball. However, some of these Eagles have been
well, you see what that penalty just did. Gave them a first down.
It is now first down, just outside the goal line.
So it'll be first down for the Eagles. They are knocking on the door. Quick handoff. He's dancing around in the backfield.
That's Cromer and Nolan together on that tackle. That was a lot of work for 1 yard, but you'll take that yard. 2nd and 9.
That was number 4, Connor Macazio on that carry.
You know, the offense has had the ball for a lot of plays right now, and that means the defense has been on there for a lot of plays right now as well.
And it looks like the Sharks are going both ways with a few players over there, so that may be, a big factor coming up in the second half of this game.
Oh, Ferguson gave it to him, but decided he might have wanted to keep it himself, and there was some running room, but good play by Macazio to keep that ball with a no gain on the play.
Once again, he was hit by number 2, Christian Cromer, and number 54, Trenton Hayes.
Trenton Hayes also starts on the offensive line. So he's going both ways. Cromer's going both ways. Brady Nolan's going both ways. Falkingham's going both ways. Allan Ho's going both ways. So you have a good point there, Abe. 3rd and 6, 7.
Quarterback rolls to the left.
Uh-oh, ball. Scoop and score. Let's see. We got a lot of speed by. Oh, he fumbles it. Fumbles it. It's on the ground. That's a live ball. Wow, what an exciting play. Did you see the speed? Of the let's check out the recovery room instant replay, and you will see some of the speed of the wide receivers for the Eagles. Cromer comes in, grabs the ball, scoop and score. I believe that's Trenton Hayes. And look at these guys coming from the back. The fumbled return.
Let me tell you something. Number 12, he's a sophomore, Tyree Davis, ran him down. Did you see the breakout speed of number 12, Tyree Davis, saving that tackle for the Eagles?
And he almost got him the ball back, but it is Nature Coast ball, and they're on the inside the 30.
And that's a sophomore. Hand off to Cromer, and they wrapped him up. I'm impressed the way that defense swarmed, because that could have been a game-breaking touchdown for the Sharks. That was that opportunity for the Sharks to get on the board, and those guys came out of nowhere. And it wasn't just one player. It was a couple of them.
3 that were coming hard.
I mean, but that number 12, Tyree Davis, saved the day for the Eagles on that one by catching the Sharks and making him almost fumble again. Hand off to Cromer. Cromer tried to find, but he's tripped up.
They got him low. Well, you got to think about it. Springstead has outplayed the Sharks early, and the Sharks have an opportunity here to score and tie this game.
That was number 34, Craig Corbett, who tripped him up.
Called his number a couple times today.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 9. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the first half. Sharks are trying to answer. Screen play.
Talon Poole.
Ooh, nice hit.
That was Talon Poole, the tight end, who came through. Cromer's begging for the ball as a decoy on that play. Check out the recovery room instant replay. Cromer's begging for the ball to pull the defense to him. Hoyt looks with him, but throws to the young tight end, who's tackled.
That was number 27 on the play.
It's 4th and 4. Allan Ho. He's going to be short, Abe. He's going to be 1.5 yards short, but it was a good run, though. I mean, it's just a basic counter. But it's going to give the ball back to the Eagles, and it's going to put that Shark defense back out there again with 1:49 left to go in the first half.
Years I haven't ran because I just believed that my body was on the decline, that the pain that I was experiencing was not tolerable enough for me to go out and run. And the day that he adjusted me, I felt that relief, and I felt like I could actually put on my cleats again.
Well, I must say, you know what? The score could be 7-7 right now, but the play of Tyree Davis, watching the field and then making a great play to run down that player after he scooped,
Well, right now, with 1:49 left, you want to make sure nobody gets behind you here.
Quarterback keeps up the middle.
If you're a shark.
He picks up about 3 yards on the carry.
That's the first time he's kept it, I believe, Abe. I think it's his second run, but it's the first time he kept it.
Looked like it's going to be 2nd and 6. 1 minute, 27 seconds remaining in the game.
You know, I feel like Coach Garofano is happy to take the 7-0 lead going into halftime here. You don't want to make any critical errors. But handoff to number 4 might break.
Twin receivers to the right, handoff to number 4 to the left side of the field. He finds a little daylight, picks up a first down as he's pushed out of bounds.
Under a minute left. The rain is coming down. I can tell on our monitor the rain is coming down. It's going to be 3rd and short. There was a timeout called.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network. Make sure you check us out on the social medias.
We got that senior spotlight coming up here in just a minute with Allan Ho and Ayden Ferguson, 2 awesome players, two guys giving it their all this early first half. Excited to see them.
Quick handoff up the middle. It looks like he might have enough for the first down, and he does. 53 seconds remaining in the half. But being that we're right here, 53 seconds remaining, has this game been the game that you thought it'll be, or what do you think, you know, the pluses and minuses so far?
Well, there's been more penalties, but more electric plays. And you know, I'd like to see Nature Coast's offense get back to airing it out. But Springstead's offense has been better than advertised.
Quarterback drops deep.
Allan Ho in there.
In and out of the hands of number 4, Connor. 22 seconds remaining in the half. You know, it's been a good game. Yes, we've had penalties. We've had the rain. We've had a great crowd on hand. You know, it's been exciting this first half. I mean, because Nature Coast knocked on the door. Springstead knocked on the door, and right now the score is 7-0, which is still anybody's game.
Anybody's game, for sure, Abe. And at halftime, they're going to be well rested. They're going to come out with a new plan, and I can't wait to see what the second half looks like.
You know, and this is what kind of game you expect to have when you have, like you say, stingy defense. You know, both teams, you know, have stingy defense to where, you know, even though they drove and got into the red zone, you know, those defenses stood tall, you know, and was able to make something happen.
Oh, and it's a rivalry game. I mean, these schools are 3 miles apart, so they're very familiar with each other. The history runs deep, and 7-0. You know, it's a good ball game.
You know, these are the type of games that make you stay till the end. You know what? And the rain has been coming down for quite some time. It's not a heavy rain. It's a misty rain, but the fans are sitting in the stands as if it's just a normal day.
Yeah, they're prepared. They're ready. They're excited to cheer on both teams right now.
You know, sometimes you have people running for shelter and running for cover, you know, but these fans are still coming inside the gate to watch this great game here tonight. As Will said, the showdown.
The showdown. I liked it.
16 seconds remaining. Would you just take a knee and run the clock out, or would you try to run a play?
Well, he's got playmakers on the offensive side of the ball, so I would give it to one of them. Number 1, number 10, number 4.
Quarterback rolls right. Finds number 1. He's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds with 8 seconds to go in the half with a first down. And I think that's the right call. Give it to him. And if it's not there, throw it away.
Looks like number 23, Allan Ho, was on that tackle. I'm impressed with Coach Garofano's offense. He's shown he can run, and even though some of the plays were broken up or pass interference, he was showing he wants to throw the ball this year as well.
Well, number 12, he's lined up off in the backfield at the wide receiver. He's your backup quarterback as well.
Hand off to number 4. Picks up a yard, and that's the halftime.
That was an awesome half. Why don't we throw it down to Will Wilkie?
Thank you, Abe and Dave. Great job on that first half call tonight. What a game we have here. If you watched us last year on the Gulf Coast Sports Network, almost a flip of last year, where Nature Coast took a 7-0 lead in a half. We've got the opposite here tonight. Springstead up 7-0. A lot of action here. Welcome to GCSN at the half. I'm Will Wilkie. I'll be taking you through our halftime content. When we come back from a quick break, we'll get things going with our senior spotlight features. Tonight we have 2 key players featured, Allan Ho from Nature Coast and Ayden Ferguson from Springstead. We'll bring that to you right after this.
Play football, you develop this mentality that you can withstand anything. You're Mr. Tough Guy. So years I had been battling. I was just excited to finally meet someone who knew what I was going through, who saw my pain, to think that in a matter of one treatment, and it got better and better as I began to get treatments throughout the month. Why would you deal with this pain for another day?
First started playing football in 7th grade at Powell Middle School. In 7th grade, it was a new thing to me. I had never put on pads, never put on a helmet, never really went outside and conditioned in the heat like that. So I had to get used to that, and I wasn't really physical because I remember getting bullied off the line and all that because I used to play, we called it a joker, which is like an outside linebacker. So I just get bullied off of that, so I had to keep working. And then going into 8th grade, I knew I was the man. I knew I wanted to put a mark on Powell Middle School. So that year I put everything. I worked out. We had a new coach because our coach before, we didn't have that great of a season. So our new coach, which was Coach Capel, John Capel, he coaches at Hernando now. He worked us so hard. We ran every day. It was the worst conditioning of my life, but at the end, it was worth it because we finished the season undefeated and county champions.
Honestly, for most of our freshmen, I don't know anything about them. I'll go to a couple middle school games and just watch, but I don't really know. For the most part, I don't know who they are. So when Allan showed up, nobody knew who he was, and his body's changed a ton from the time that he was a freshman until now. But when he got in, nobody knew what to think. So we went through, and we're starting JV. Things are starting to go, and I'm pretty sure I don't think he started his first game on JV, but then something happened to one of the outside linebackers. He was the backup. He went in, and I'm pretty sure from there he never looked back. He ended up starting an outside linebacker for the rest of his freshman year, and then later on in the season, I think by the 4th or 5th game, the running back on JV got hurt, and Allan went in there, got a carry, and we were like, oh man, all right. And then he got a couple more. We realized that he could run the football.
So coming into freshman year, I had a lot of confidence. But after vacation, when I came back, I went to practice for a week, and I decided I didn't want to play football anymore. And that made everyone upset, the coaches, my family, all that. But they cared about how I felt. But coming to school, it was a week, and one of the coaches, which was Coach Chase, came to my English class and knocked on the window, asked for me to come out, and asked me to come back out to play. So I decided to come back out. Everyone's happy. The players were kind of like, oh, why is he back after he quit? And it was just different from middle school because I've never dealt with all that yelling and pressure on my back. So it was like starting from the bottom out to make my way back up to show everyone that I can really play.
Sophomore year, he led the state in interceptions with 8 in only 8 games. And then we moved him back to outside linebacker last year because I think that's the more important position to have the better player at.
So sophomore year, it was summertime, right after COVID. So we had this new position, free safety, but I didn't know how to play it, so I focused on outside linebacker, thinking I was going to be a backup. I used to talk to all my teammates like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to play, all this and that. But then they threw me at free safety because we didn't have anyone else, and it was my first time ever playing it. And they were teaching me the defense, showing me the coverages, and they also had me splitting time with JV so I could learn some running back. But coming around the season, I was doing really well at free safety, getting interceptions, leading the state in interceptions, becoming 3rd in the nation. So they stopped playing me at JV and just focused me on varsity.
We noticed how well he reads and moves and just feels back there at free safety. And really, at free safety, I think that's what it's all about, is feel and being able to feel the quarterback's eyes, feel where the routes are coming from. It's less robotic, I guess, at free safety. And he does a good job of feeling things. And we're hoping right now, the way we finally got somebody good enough to put it outside linebacker, that we can move him back to free safety going into this season. So I'm looking forward to that because I think that's his position. He played outside linebacker for us last year just to fill the need, but I think free safety is where he belongs.
So coming into junior year, all the coaches had confidence in me. I had confidence in myself. Coach Liggett, which is our defensive coordinator, took me under his wing. He told me he wanted me to call everything, take care of the secondary. And the best game my junior year that I had was probably Hudson, because it was a very close game, but we had like new defensive calls where our outside linebacker drops to a safety, and I was getting pass deflections all back there. Not really any picks, but my favorite play of that game was the very last drive we had. It was kind of like a Hail Mary. They had me run a go all the way down, and there was a kid on my hip, and I had to catch the ball over him, and I caught it, turned, and scored for the game.
I expect him to lead our secondary and control that back part of the defense, which I think will be better this year than it was last year. And on offense, he's our next running back. Obviously, Cromer's our I guess, starting running back, you would say. But Allan is on the field, I'd say, for 85% of the snaps in some capacity, one way or the other. So he's going to be a huge part of our offense, whether it's catching the football or running the football as well. So and he's also our long snapper on our punt team. So I expect a lot out of Allan, and he's come a long way, man. I'm proud of that kid. He's worked his butt off to get what he's got.
I'm very excited for this season. Our team is just like a bond we've never had before. So like we all connected very well. But I'm hoping I play really well, get a lot of tackles, get some highlights, and hopefully our team makes it farther than any other Nature Coast team has made it.
I would say he's probably one of our top 3 football players on the team. I think it's because of the other sports that he plays. He plays basketball, and as good as our basketball program is and how hard they work, so he's doing that stuff year round as well as our stuff year round. And also on track, he does triple jump, long jump, high jump, and he runs the 110 and 300 meter hurdles. And he places at every meet in all of those. He's top 4 in every meet that he goes to in all of those events, and I think that just broadens his athletic ability and his athletic skill, and eventually that all rolls back into football in some way, shape, or form, because playing football is just about being an athlete.
It's my senior year. It's my team. Shark Tank, let's ride.
started playing football when I was 7 years old at Veterans in the Little League, bounced on our different teams there. My dad coached me. He was a tough coach I ever had with life or on the field. He was always pushing me to be the best person I could. He was the enforcer, making sure I was doing good in school, doing good at home, not disrespectful, like I was just a good person. In 6th grade I went to PAL, came in nervous but very excited to play. I was actually the only 6th grader that made the team that year. Just quarterback. I played quarterback ever since I can remember. And played good my 6th grade year in 5th quarter. And then 7th grade year, I got hurt, didn't play very much. And then 8th grade year, it was time to really play. And that was the year that we went 8-0. We won county. And we beat Challenger 40-0 that year in the championship. I scored a touchdown on the last play of the game, so that was really exciting.
Ayden, as a freshman, we had 3 JV quarterbacks, and I wasn't sure if he was going to be the guy or not. And I don't think he was the most athletic of them, but he was the smartest, had the highest football IQ, and knew how to run the offense the best. So he ended up getting the nod his freshman year. And then his sophomore year, he got a couple of starts on varsity at quarterback.
Freshman year, it kind of restarts. You get pushed down back to the bottom of the totem pole, and then there's all these big kids, big school, just huge hallways. You're lost your first week, and then start to figure it out. You got there in football very nervous. There's all these big kids and a different scheme to learn and a different way of doing things with new coaches, but it was exciting. I'm always ready to just get into it. After my freshman year, that summer, me and one of the receivers, every day we did 2 days of the summer. So we would do practice with high school, and then we would go to the field ourselves, just us two, and we would work every single day. I think that made me a lot better for my sophomore year. And then sophomore year, I played the first week or two on JV. We killed the teams we played, and then they were like, it's time to come up. So in sophomore year, I got in the mix, and then towards the end of the year, that was a COVID year, so week 6 or 7, I started the last 2 weeks of that year, and then the year got cut short because of COVID. And then had a good summer. Coming into my junior year, I was going to start, and then week 1 we beat Citrus by 40, and then week 2 I got hurt. So my season got cut really short last year, and I'm just excited to get back out there this year.
Last year, he was slotted to be our number 1 guy going in, and he had a really great offseason, really good camp, and then got hurt the first drive of the second game. He broke his collarbone, then still played the next 2 plays. We scored. He helped for the extra point. He came to the sideline, and that was it. That was his season. So that was heartbreaking for him, and obviously for us, for the team. I felt for him.
When it initially happened, it's heartbreaking. You trained 6, 7, 8 months for this, and then your season's cut short. You only get to play 1 full game. It's terrible. But then for the 8 weeks I was out, it was literally 8 weeks the whole season that I was missing. I was just trying to be there for the guys and not let them hang their heads or help the new guy that was coming in, and then just try to be the best leader I could be. And then throughout the whole process, my mom was there every single day for me. She just, if I ever needed literally anything, she's up every morning making breakfast, making sure I've had something to eat, making sure my day is, anything she can do to help me, she's the best.
I expect huge things from him this year. I think he's going to be the best quarterback in this county by far, by leaps and bounds. Not even going to be close. And I expect him to be the best quarterback in our district. I really do. The way he navigates the offense, the type of offense we're running now, switching things up, and the reads that he makes is capable of making, the throws he's able to make, and his poise in the pocket. Everyone has, a lot of guys have strong arms in high school, college, and pro, but do you have it between the ears? Can you make the right reads? All that stuff, and he has those intangibles. He could do those things really well.
We had a very successful summer off season of just friendly competition with a team that's been together for so long. We played together at the Little League, and then if they weren't at the Little League, we met them in middle school, and we all have just been coming up together. So it's a really tight group, good camaraderie. We had a good off season, a good summer, and we're just looking to win as many games as we can, win the district, and then make the playoffs and go as far as we can in the playoffs.
Yeah, Ayden's definitely a leader in the hallways, in the classroom, in the school. everyone respects them, just because it's easy to respect someone that has a good work ethic.
Currently, I think I'm going to do fire school. After I graduate, I'm going to figure out what that path, like what things I have to do to get those requirements, and then be a firefighter, like EMT firefighter. That's what I aspire to be as of right now. That could change, but right now that's what I'm looking to do. Friend Craig, I've known him since I started playing football. We actually both started playing together our first year at the Little League, 7 years old. Went on Amazon and he bought a face mask that had one bar, like the old school ones, with just one bar across. And then before practice one day when it came in, we both went into the equipment room and we got it tied up and we ran out on the field together, and just seeing like all the coaches and players' reactions, it was the funniest thing. And then instantly Coach Garofano made him take it off. But just the 5 seconds that he had it on was worth it. Amazing.
We hope you enjoyed that, those features, and getting to know a little bit more about these wonderful athletes. We're bringing our camera down for maintenance at the moment to try to get some of that precipitation off of it. We'll bring it back up in just a moment. It was a pleasure to getting to know these athletes during your interviews. We certainly wish them well on their respective seasons and beyond. Their spotlights will be posted to our YouTube channel later on this evening under our special events section, so you can watch them anytime that you wish. Now let's hand things over to our field commentator, Derek Smith, who earlier interviewed Springstead Athletic Director, Dustin Kupchik.
Thanks, Will. I'm here with Athletic Director Dustin Kupchik for Springstead High School. He's going to run down with us some of the fall programs here at Springstead.
Absolutely. First off, welcome to Eagle Country. Appreciate you guys being here, kicking off our brand new stadium, brand new field. What better game to have here? Springstead, Nature Coast, best two teams in the county, you know. Excited for tonight. Football, obviously, is the topic at hand here. They're 2-0, coming off 2 resounding victories against Tavares and Citrus. The defense is flying around, playing hungry. I call them ravenous, hungry dogs. You know, they're fun to watch. Offense is really just kind of finding themselves. Honestly, they got some new wrinkles in there, some new formations, tons of weapons. And I think the offense is just going to get better and better as the year goes on. So really excited for tonight. Should be a great game. It always is against these two teams. No matter where it's at, no matter the records, it's going to be an amazing game. As far as the other sports go, volleyball is tearing it up right now. We are 9-2. We're ranked in the top 10 in 6A, and the girls are dynamite. They're an exciting brand of volleyball to watch. I'd really encourage everybody to come out and watch them. We actually have a really big tournament next weekend, Friday and Saturday. A home tournament where we got some good talent from around the area coming, some good programs from around the area, Pinellas, Hillsborough, Pasco, Citrus County. Super excited for them. I can't wait to see what they do and how far they last into the playoffs. And, you know, we have our golf program, which, shoot, I wish they could get a meet in, or a match in, excuse me. The rain has really put a damper on their season so far. So time will tell how good they are once they get a few more matches under their belt. Our swim program has had one match or one meet. I know the boys came up short, but the girls took care of business, and they have another one this weekend. So excited for them. And then lastly, cross country. You know, they've had quite a few meets already. They do it in the morning, so they were able to get some meets in. And they finished well, 3rd and 4th in a couple meets, big meets too. They have another big one coming up this weekend against Lecanto. And I really think Coach Graham has them. They're going to peak at the right time, you know. You're going to see them finish stronger as the season goes on. So all fall sports, they're really, excuse me, they're hitting on all cylinders. Really, you know, we got some great coaches, got some great student athletes, and I'm excited to see what they do as we progress and get into districts and regions and, heck, even states.
Yeah, give them heck, for sure. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And back to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Derek, and thank you to Coach Cup for his time providing us an update on the Eagle Fall Athletic programs. We're going to go take a quick break here and come right back before letting Abe and Dave take us home with the second half call. We'll be back right after this.
Navy SEAL veteran and endurance athlete Don Mann pushed his body to the limit and tried regenerative medicine when all other options failed.
It's unbelievable. I just assumed I was going to be in pain forever. And I've been in pain since the 80s. Now I'm running and riding a bicycle faster than I have in 7 years. Even my vision is better. I'm 100% pain-free right now. And I don't take any medications.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for regenerative treatment.
Well, we hope you enjoyed our content here on GCSN at the Half. Again, thank you to Coach Johns, Coach Garofano, Coach Cup, Allan, and Ayden. Please toss a like our way on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GCSN Broadcast. As always, we appreciate your viewership and your support. Now let's send it back up to Abe and Dave for the second half call.
All right, Abe, we're back. Looks like Nature Coast is going to be kicking off. Springstead will be receiving for the first time all game.
You know, well, the coaches both went, talked to both teams, came up with a game plan for the second half. You know, I'm quite sure they want to minimize the penalties.
Yeah, got to clean it up.
You know, and this is where, you know, that conditioning prior to the seasoning to now, you know, will take a play. And I know some of Nature Coast team, you know, they got players going both ways. And Springstead seemed like they got a bench full of players over here. So the second half is going to be one to watch.
Well, nobody wants to lose, and that's the best part about these rivalries. It's going to hit the ground. All right. It's a live ball. He's going to pick it up.
Ball picked up by number 10.
Ooh. Man, he
had a little daylight. He had one guy to beat.
Number 14 for Nature Coast Sharks come in and save the tackle. That's Tyler Gonzalez, heads up play by the young man coming in. Just one guy to beat, and that would have changed this whole second quarter.
That was the freshman, number 10, Chris C.J. Kresser, on that carry. Looks like he would have had some daylight had he missed that one player. So, Dave, let's see what the Eagles do at the beginning of the second half of this game.
Well, their offense has been the story of the first half, so let's see how they line up here in a second.
Split receivers to the right, single receivers to the left. Quick handoff to number 4 once again, and he's met by a host of Sharks.
Well, they got a lot of Connor Macasio in the first half, and Coach Garofano wants to go right back to him. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. They're going to first, you know, five yards on the first play.
That tackle was led by number 13, Brady Nolan. Looks like we got twins to the left side of the field, single receiver to the right, shotgun formation. Quick handoff again to number 4.
That's number 50 on the tackle for the Sharks. I believe that is Gabriel Rios. Didn't get his normal pop, but he did get to wrap and kind of go for a little ride there. But they did tackle him, bring him down. It's going to be 3rd and short on your side of the 40. So this will be a big third down early in the second half. Big Chase Murray right there, the nose guard. It looks like he might be in that 2-tech. Right there for the Sharks.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Orbit motion. First time we've seen that tonight by the Eagles.
Delay a game.
I'll back him up 5 yards.
Which bring up 3rd and 8 for the Eagles. You know, I don't know if Coach Garofano is going to try to come out and, do clock management and try to take as much, because his game plan was to keep Nature Coast offense off the field,
which he did in the first half. Oh!
In and out of the hands of number 10.
Yeah, that ball was close to 3 Sharks. But this will be a punting situation here. That was really nice. Quarterback Ayden Ferguson, our senior spotlight, he looked one way, flipped his hips real quick for that quick screen. It just wasn't completed. 2 returners back for the Sharks. Last time they punted, they faked it. This time they're going to give it a boot. Oh, wow, that's a nice high punt. Fair catch call, but he dropped it. Now he can return it.
Looks like he lost yards on that.
That's number 3, Carlos Rodriguez. Those high punts are very challenging to catch, which Carlos experienced there. Good job getting it off the bounce and getting back north and south, protecting the ball, giving the Sharks their first offensive series here in the second half. See Jackson Hoyt coming out. Looks like they're going to be in their 3-back set. 2-back set.
Single receiver to the right. Waiting for the signal from the ref. Reverse to number 3 to the left side of the field. He has a little daylight. But that freshman sensation, number 10.
Did you see him shed that block?
He stayed home.
Yeah.
He contained that outside.
Well, there was some running room, and he had a blocker. He had a guy on him, and he was able to shed that block and get his head in front before that turned into a long run for the Sharks.
Another handoff up the middle.
That's Allan Ho this time for just a couple yards, which will bring up 3rd and medium for the Sharks. They're going to have to get a little more than 2 yards here, which we know they have some playmakers as well. They just have to get them in the open space, but they look like they're in their run-heavy dozer look.
Looks like Cromer will be taking the direction. Now he fumbles and had to lay quickly on the ball, which is going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he caught the snap. He went to tuck the ball away and run, and it just didn't land right. And you can see on the field it is sprinkling. Maybe that was part of it. Maybe it was concentration. Maybe it was fatigue. Regardless, it was a fumble recovered by the Sharks, and it is now a punting situation. And the Eagles have some speedsters back to return this punt.
Look like number 1 and number 12 back deep.
Now, last time these guys got in there last time. Oh, he lays up.
Caught by number 12, Tyree Davis. Shakes off one, but met by a host of Sharks.
Well, the Eagles did not touch the punter on that one.
Quickly brought down at the 45-yard line.
All right, first down again for the Eagles. Number 3, PJ Class is in at the tailback position.
Twins to the right, single receivers to the left. Handoff to Class.
He's moving the pile. Good 3.5 yards, Abe. Macazio's on the sideline getting a little break.
7 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Shotgun formation. Quick hand off the glass. He powers his way through the middle, and there's a flag on the play.
Did you see the second speed? He hit that second gear after first contact.
And he was riding low.
I think that might be a face mask on the Sharks. Let's see what the signal is. Yes, sir. Face mask on the Sharks. They're going to add more to this first down, and they're going to move the chains for the Eagles.
Derek, come in, please.
Well, PJ Class is a bigger back, which gives you gives the offensive line a little bit more fun sometimes. Where number 4, Macasio, is such a quick change of direction fella. Don't get me wrong, I'd like to have either one of them running behind me. I'm gonna give it to Class for the third straight carry. 2 hands on that ball.
Number 54 for the Sharks had that shirt the entire time.
Trenton Hayes. He's been big for him on the offensive line and the defensive line tonight.
But it seems like Coach Garofano, is steady just driving. If the run is working, why go away from it?
Yeah.
It's eating up clock. Plus, they're moving the chains.
And with a 7-0 lead, knocking on the door here.
Eagles loving this formation with the motion. Quick handoff. Nice cut by number 12. That's going to be Tyree Davis.
Well, if you saw number 3, PJ Class leading the way on the pancake block right in front of the ball carrier on that play. Created a little extra space.
Looks like the Sharks got a player down.
Looks like he's grabbing his arm, his left shoulder, collarbone. Hopefully it's nothing serious. I do think we're going to see some commercials. Looks like Jaden Skipper, the injured Shark, walking off under his own power. What you like to see?
Looked like during that time frame they took a water break. 6 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and it seems like Springstead is establishing a nice drive right now. They've been just continually to run the ball.
Well, you remember the first half, they had those 2 big plays where they faked the run and hit number 88 on the slant. I don't know, maybe they come back to it. Like you said, let's just keep running the ball. It's working.
Well, right now you pretty much got the defense, pretty much anticipating run. So this would be a prime time, spark up a little quick out or post right now. It's another handoff. He's banging his way straight up the middle. And again, you go back to, if it's working, why go away from it?
Well, he's running with power. He's running with passion. You saw the contact by the Shark as well, who came in for the good tackle. But these guys are just moving their feet, which you expect in a rivalry game.
Coach Garofano got a lot of young weapons on his team right now that we're getting the opportunity to see, especially during this showdown competition where the score is Eagles leading 7-0 and knocking on the door right now.
Injured player Jaden Skipper back in for the Sharks.
Hand off the glass again.
That's his 5th carry in a row. No, that's not true. He had 1 block. All right, so we got 3rd and 3 and in a 2.5 or 2 plays to get it. Although the Eagles may elect to kick it because their field goal kicker is pretty good, and this is inside the red zone, so it's probably within inside his zone. But Coach Garofano's thinking first down here. He's thinking first down.
Well, it's third down, They gave number 4 the opportunity to get some rest. You know what? And that little draw play.
Oh, the quarterback keeps
Quarterback
keeps it.
And he is in the end zone for a nice touchdown for the Eagles.
Ayden Ferguson on the keeper. Check out the field as they go crazy with the big score. Check out the instant replay. He keeps it. Oh, no one's there. Way to go. Good read by the quarterback.
I'm going to have to give props to the offensive coordinator on that play because he sold it. He put number 4 back in the game to where all those players anticipated that number 4 was going to get the ball, and the quarterback went straight up the middle untouched, for a score, which now brings the score 14-0 with the Eagles on top. And it's electrifying this stadium because they got strobe lights.
I saw the coaches doing jumping jacks just now, and they're just as hype as these players, and that energy is contagious. And now Coach Garofano's going to hope that his defense continues that energy.
Certainly, I'm an avid golfer. Been golf usually weekly. Play a lot with my wife.
With the repetitive motion, as you know, with a lot of golfers, it's an unnatural motion that you put your body through.
After suffering for years with shoulder pain, Mike chose stem cell therapy as an alternative to surgery.
I'm just excited because patients that have been paying for years that are now doing the things that they want to do. And Mike's just going to be adding to that list.
Call Aligned Integrative Medicine for exam and x-rays to see if you qualify for stem cell treatment.
My name is Tom Roselli. I served in the U.S. Navy.
All right. I'd like to give props to our camera crew right now who did not get psyched out on that fake play action. They were following the ball the whole play.
They're doing a great job for us. But I must say, my hat's off to that offensive coordinator that was able to, put that play in place at the right time.
Going to be a touchback. That's a great kick deep right now because it gives the Sharks 80 yards to go. 80 yards. So even if they do score, it's going to take some time. And with a 2-score lead late in the third quarter, the Eagles feel pretty good about where they're at right now.
The Sharks are looking for an answer right now.
A quick answer?
This is where their offense got to come on the field and try to answer these Eagles. But the Eagles got a defense that's been swarming.
Well, they are doing exactly what they said they were going to do. They are stopping the running backs before they get the ball, before they get running. But we're going to see this trip set and possibly some motion over here.
So we got motion. Trips, quarterback drop, pumps.
Oh, empty. Wow.
The Eagles are getting crunk right now. They're loving what's happening right now. So the 14-0 is making them move even faster right now.
Allan Ho's jogging off the sideline. Looks like he's cramping up pretty good. He's a two-way player. Those where the cramps keep coming back.
Looks like the Sharks coming with an empty backfield. Screen. And the Eagles are there. He gained about 3 yards on that play. 2 yards, 2 or 3 yards on that play. The Eagles swarm to the ball on that play. That was number 14, Tyler Gonzalez with the carry.
All right, now this is not where the Sharks want to be. It's 3rd and long. They wanted to strike quick. They need to move the chains here.
Quarterback rolls to the left.
That's all right. He's going to make that catch. They say no catch. The ball came out on the ground. Let's take a chance. Let's take a look at that recovery room instant replay. Hoyt's running with the ball, looking downfield, gives the Cromer a chance, and he catches it, but on contact, he gets flipped over, and the ball rolls out. They're going to have a conversation, though. I see them talking. They got a little huddle with the referees huddling up just to make sure that they get this call right, because it will be 4th down if they don't. Cromer's looking. Look at this. He's got his hands open. Come on, give me the ball. Give me the ball. Catches it. And they signaled a catch and then waved it off. They are going to rule it complete. They are going to rule it complete, Abe.
And they're going to give him the first down as well.
Great catch by the big fella.
They must got an opportunity to look at the Myrtle replay, the recovery room. Handoff, Cromer.
Wow, he followed his line. He got so snug to that offensive line right there. Now that's one of his longest runs of the night, and it's just 5 yards. Cromer's gonna need the recovery room tomorrow. He's been running and getting flipped over, playing defense and offense.
He's back deep again. Direct snap. He hands it to number 11 back to the opposite way. And number 10 stayed home and made a nice tackle on the play.
You know, the Eagles are setting the edge and not letting those, when Cromer goes away, they are not letting the comeback come back their way. And when you have the edge set, you're in good shape. It is 3rd and long again.
You know, it's nice to see when corners stay home and they make great tackles.
Cromer deep. Cromer deep. Cromer deep. Oh, man. Nobody followed the back out of the backfield. Jackson Hoyt sees it, throws it up there.
It touched his hands twice.
He touched his hands twice.
He tried.
It was just about a half a step.
But that young man has been going both ways, you know, on both sides of the field. You know, and they're getting a lot out of him right now.
Yeah, he has to jog off just to make sure he doesn't get a delay of game called on him or 12 men.
Make sure we get the return there.
So you got number 12 back deep, Tyree Davis.
Line drive kick over his head. And
it goes out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Yeah. That's what you want if you're punting. Kick it out of bounds so they can't return it. Get it on their side of the 30.
Look like it's a flag on the field. Over there by the Shark sideline. Referee's talking it over.
Yeah, there's a flag down, but I don't see personal foul on the Eagles. All right, so it's still going to be the Eagles' ball, but they're going to, instead of being on the 28, looks like they're going to be on the 15-yard line, Abe. So we got 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Sharks are going to need a defensive stand here. And they do have, the Eagles do have Macasio back in at tailback.
Looks like we got twins to the left, single receiver to the right.
Plugged in and get ready.
Handoff. He's fighting off, but the Sharks were there.
Brady Nolan cleaning up with a tackle for loss.
Which will bring up second down and about 12 yards to go.
And you're going to see Coach Garofano in no rush to get the play in. He's going to try to take out as much time as he can between snaps without having a delay of game.
1 minute, 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Eagles put their twins on the right side of the field, single receiver to the left. Quick pitch to the right. He got daylight. Oh, he had one man to beat, but he stayed with him. That was number 13 on defense making that saving tackle.
Let's check out the recovery room instant replay. Brady Nolan saves the tackle here as he scrapes past the offensive lineman and reaches. He doesn't get his head in front, but he does not let go. That's pretty impressive from a middle linebacker to be able to get that speed out there to the outside.
He saved the tackle on that because there was no one behind him.
And Allan Ho, who limped off on the offensive series before, is back in the game.
Quick handoff.
Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Well, the Sharks defensive line has played pretty well this quarter. We got 25 seconds to go in the third quarter.
21 seconds remaining. Coach Garofano is in no hurry. He's clock managing right now. His Eagles are up 14-0. Headed into the fourth quarter. Oh, and he got daylight.
Keep going.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's at 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. 10. High. Touchdown, Eagles.
Connor Macasio again. The strobe lights again.
It is erupting here at the Eagles' nest with the strobe light on the field. The fans going wild.
Check out the recovery room instant replay. This is a 75-yard run.
Handoff, nice cut. His offensive linemen are putting blocks and they're getting in way, and he had nothing but daylight and just had to make sure he ran down the field. The Eagles are trying to make a statement here tonight.
That's Macasio's second touchdown of the night.
And right now we have 21-0. Beautiful kick by the kicker. I must give credit to Springstead's offensive line. Those guys did a great job with making sure they maintained their blocks and made sure they were in the right position with their blocks.
Yes, Abe. Hey, let's take it down to Derek and get an update on the field conditions with this steady light rain that we're having right now. Derek?
Hey, thanks, Dave and Abe. You guys are doing a great job up there. Yeah, we've had a pretty consistent misting, I guess you could call it. I wouldn't really call it a rain. But it has been consistent all game. We've seen some balls go through some receivers' hands. The rain, slippery balls may have something to play, but look, you put the ball on the ground and you got speed like Springstead's been able to show us here this game. It doesn't matter what the field is like. You're going to be putting balls in the end zone. Let's see how this game wraps up, guys. Send it back up to you.
Thanks, Derek. We definitely appreciate that. Yeah, the field looks great from up here.
It does. I mean, new field, new atmosphere, new style of play for the Eagles, because the Eagles, remember, you always say they run. The way they're running right now and opening up and spreading out this defense, they're doing an excellent job, and they're showing they're very versatile. The rain could be playing a part to where they can't, put in their passing game as much as they want to, but they did show us early that they can pass the ball and they have receivers that can go get it.
Well, it started with the kickoff last time. Now we're going to get a return.
Eagles make a nice little cut. He's looking for a move.
That's Chris Samuels, number 7 for the Sharks.
Number 8 for the Eagles finally was able to rack him up. Jaden Jameis.
Yeah, Chris Samuels is their 100-meter dash guy for their track and field team, and they're trying to get him established, but that is his first return of the night. I see we got the Spring Hill NFL flag football commercial going on. Their season kicks off tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Come check them out at Veterans Park. All right, notice Springstead's got a little space on their corners.
Hand off to Cromer, and he was met immediately.
Yeah, he did. He's lucky he kept the ball from hitting the turf. I mean, he was flying.
That was Joey Stablitz.
Oh, number 80 flying in there.
And that was a solo tackle on Cromer.
And he's a big fella, but when you get the handoff, good job not fumbling.
Oh, ball's on the ground, and he had to quickly get on it.
Derek Smith just told us that the conditions weren't as bad as we thought, but that snap was low, and Chase Murray's he's been pretty consistent with his snaps. So it probably was a little wetter than we can see from up here in the booth. But it is third and a while, and these Sharks have got to get it going here late or early in the fourth quarter.
They're trying to find their offense. They're trying to find an answer right now to this Eagles defense.
They did put up 400 yards, more than 400 yards last week.
Hand off to Cromer. And they are wrapping him up and containing him.
Hey, I'm excited to see who the glory player of the game will be. In just about 10 minutes, we'll figure that out. We've got a lot of people playing both ways for the Eagles and the Sharks, racking up stats and vying for that coveted GCSN shirt and Glory Days certificate. Punting situation.
It's going to be exciting to see, who gets the player of the game this week. We've always had an opportunity to find what standout player, but right now we had quite a few standout players on the field, and it's turned out to be a good game for both teams. But unfortunately, right now the Eagles are up 21-0.
Oh, number 1 was really wanting to get his hands on that ball, but made the smart decision just to get away and give it to his offense on the 44-yard line with a 21-point lead early in the fourth quarter.
Now, is this one of the situations where Coach Garofano still want to, do clock management and just, he might even want to bring Glass back in the game and let him pound it and just run that clock and just move the chains.
And he is, Coach. He's bringing number 3 in, giving number 4, who's had an amazing night already, a little break. But yeah, I anticipate several runs here.
But I'm quite sure he may test the pass because it's going to come down deep in the season to where they're going to need to pass. And we may have field conditions like this, or it may be cold and things might happen, going forward. So you want to make sure you work on everything, given that opportunity for these players to play in tough games and to play those positions and do what they got to do to try to win the game. So he may try to get some confidence in some of his receivers, because I know we had a couple missed passes and I know we had a couple great passes caught, to see how, his quarterback, deep in the fourth quarter, does he still have his arm, those different fundamental and techniques they need to make sure they're working on and making better each and every week, because it's just the third game of the season, second game going into the third game. Quick handoff to Glass again, up the middle. Still moving his feet.
Oh, there's the
referees
Sharks
took a while to blow the whistle.
Yeah, the Sharks are quick to go straight for the football that time instead of the tackle, because a turnover would help them immensely right now. But it is 3rd and 6.
And the plays aren't coming in fast right now. It's pretty much, working the clock, making sure he get everybody in, making sure they're not getting no penalties that's going to hurt them or anything like that. You're looking at third and 6.
Yeah, and Micazio did just sneak into the lineup. Class is back out for a quick rest.
Looks like you got about
4.5.
4.5 yards on that carry. Got to give it to Springstead offensive line. The offensive line is winning the war in the trenches right now. They are pushing the Sharks back.
And the Sharks D line is a big, strong off. I mean, the Sharks D line is big. I see Chase Murray, Trent Hayes, Christian Cromer. Those are 230, 260-pound fellas. And you're right. That Springstead offensive line is doing what they're supposed to right now, putting a hat on a hat and running their feet.
This is where games are won
They're
in the
going
trenches.
for it on fourth down, Coach. Going for it on fourth down. No snap, no play? Oh, okay.
They tried to draw them off.
And they almost did. They had a little movement, but didn't come across. Yeah, this is... I mean, they're over their 50, but they're likely going to go for a punt. Let's check it out, though. We got a commercial? Let's go check out some commercials, Coach.
I was fortunate enough to be able to work with Divinity on a custom skincare regimen the year leading up to my wedding. It included a series of in-office treatments, microneedling, PRP, hydrofacials, and an at-home skincare regimen. So I had no worries the day of my wedding. My skin was perfect.
All right, we are back, and Springstead Eagles decided to punt. It's going to be high and out of bounds. Right over to our camera crew, not far from them.
7 minutes remaining in this ball game. Eagles up 21-0 in this showdown. Eagles did come to play today, offensively and defensively. They stuck to the fundamentals and the things that Coach Garofano wanted to do with the Sharks. And, his key thing was to contain the runner. He said he's going to get some yards, but he said they want to contain him and they want to get him before he gets those. Now, Cromer did have some breakout plays that he has been going, but you also got to look at Cromer's been going both ways as well.
Yeah, he's been working hard. Number 7, Chris Samuels back in the speedster. It'd be interesting to see if they unleash Hoyt right here and go to the aerial attack.
Well, right now the Sharks they got 4 wides, single back shotgun formation, quick handoff, and he's immediately met.
Yeah, he's met at the line of scrimmage by the Eagles. There's always a few of them in there.
That was number 2 for the Eagles that led that tackle. Zylas Pastrana.
Yeah, I'm looking for an aerial attack right here. I know Hoyt's had some success last week. Yep, the fake, and he's
flushed
running.
out.
Yeah, he's running.
He's sacked.
He's running. Yep.
That was number 5 that made that tackle for the Eagles.
Man Madden.
My man Madden. You say you'll be calling his name quite a bit tonight. The Eagles have been spread across the board of individual tackles and gang tackling, and they've been swarming to the ball, and they're showing great ball vision and ball speed of getting to the ball.
Yeah, true team defense concept. Hoyt back deep, has a guy. Oh, ooh. All right, overthrown Chris Samuels. Little contact, but no penalty.
That was number 1 over there on the defense for the Eagles. That's Luca Gargulio.
Well, it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to give it back to him so that they can keep him out of the end zone. We're at 5:45 left. 21-0 is Nature Coast, or 21-0 Springstead over Nature Coast right now. Let's check out the McMurdo Family Regional Scoreboard.
Oh, he almost got that. He was going to stay away from it.
They have been in the vicinity of the punter on every punt tonight. That one was the closest, though.
You know, is this the new Eagles era, new team? I mean, they got a new stadium. You know, they got the strobe lights. You know, they have the atmosphere right now, and they have the point on the boards. You know, is this the new era for Eagles football?
Well, this is a signature win if they can hold on with 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go. This is a big deal. And they just have to finish.
You know, because this is early season bragging rights amongst the teams in Hernando County.
Check out the stands there. All the red, the student body.
You got the student section. You know, they're here. The house is packed. And it's standing room only over there by the concession stand.
That's class again, trying to get those tough yards because they know, Nature Coast knows they're going to be running the ball. So you give it to the big back, let him get those hard yards.
You know, PJ Class, he hits the hole and then he accelerates. A back that I remember that used to do stuff like that, Mike Allstott. He used to pound the hole just like that. He hits the hole low and then he accelerates. You know, so Coach Garofano has some undercover weapons on this team right now that we're getting the opportunity to see, and we're bringing it to you in your households on Gulf Coast Sports Network right now. You're catching this live Friday Night Lights with the Dancing Light at Springstead. They have made this stadium look great. I know last year we were in a situation to where they weren't able to do a lot of things because they were under construction, but now as we get to see the finishing products, you know what? New stadium, new look, new team. So that gives the kids another incentive of wanting to be a part of something that's brewing, because this is a young team. If you listen to some of the things we've been saying, you know, you got the freshman corner over there that's been making some great plays. You know, they tried to get the pass to him a couple times. You know, he has some speed on the outside. You know, you had the sophomore Tyree Davis. Tyree Davis had some great runs, and he had that saving tackle.
Yeah.
You know, where the Sharks almost got an opportunity to hit the scoreboard. You know, so you got some young players that's, you know, doing some big things for this team right now.
Quarterback's going to keep it. And it's not a big gain, but it does keep the clock moving, which is going to be, the clock's the only friend that the Sharks have right now. And when it's ticking away, that's kind of the goal here for the Eagles. The Sharks are going to be fine. They're going to have to regroup. They're going to suck up the loss here, go back to the drawing boards and see what they can do better, and get back to practice, because they're a strong squad, and they'll have better Friday nights ahead of them. That's for sure. But tonight has been the story about, I don't know what's more impressive, the defense or the offense for the Eagles tonight.
They've actually been balanced on both sides. They've both been doing a great job, you know, being very disciplined, you know, showing some highlight plays, swarming to the ball, being aggressive, you know, wrapping up. You know, sometimes when we watch some of these games, you know, especially early in the season, you know, you still have people arm tackling and doing things of that nature, but we've been having some solid hits tonight.
Yeah, we have. But we've also been noticing those cramps like you're speaking earlier. But 3 minutes left to go in the game, and we will find out who our player of the game, our Glory Days player of the game, will be in 3 minutes.
The fans are getting revved up. They got the flags running across. They're in punt formation. Nice punt by the Eagles.
Out of bounds. No return when it's out of bounds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our recovery room, if you go to their website, make sure you guys use the promo code REPLAY22 for your first cryotherapy session for just $25. I know some of these fellas are going to need some cryotherapy at the recovery room. All right, it's second down. We had a failed attempt at a screen.
We'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to Gulf Coast Sports Network. Make sure you check us out on all your social media networks, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you check in. Don't forget, next week we'll be right back here at the Eagles Nest where Springstead will be taking on Sun Lake at 7:30 p.m. So make sure you go ahead and hit subscribe, save it on your phone so it can automatically come up and let you know that the game is about to be on, and check us out.
And toss us a like, Abe. Toss us a like.
There you go. Make sure you throw our cameramen some likes. Those guys are out there making sure they got great footage for you guys and making sure that when we do our recovery room replay and everything like that, you got great footage and you can see it.
All right, so we had 2 failed screens on this drive. This
quarterback's pushed out the pike. Oh, incomplete pass.
And the footing looks like it gave away there as he came back to the ball, but he was open. But it'll bring up 4th down, Abe, and Coach Johns understands the game. He knows he's got a punt. He just has to make sure that this ball gets back to the punter and they don't have any seepage through the middle, which they've had most of the night on this punt team.
And that pass was intended for number 7, Chris Samuels.
Luca Gargillo back deep.
With number 12, Tyree Davis.
Oh, he
got the block.
He did it. All game long, he's been right there.
You know who made that block? Number 5, my man Madden.
Check out the instant recovery right there. Extends his hands this time, going at taking the ball right off the foot. It's going to give them some really good field position with 2 minutes to go in the game.
2:13 remaining, and you're close to where we at?
We're at the
25. Is this where you want to practice your 2-minute offense? Is this where you want to see if your quarterback, because you may be in a situation to where it may come down to a game-winning situation. This is a perfect opportunity, for them to see if they can, make something work. Or you just stick with the run and continue to pound the ball.
Oh, we're going to throw it.
Touchdown, Eagles!
That's number 1 on the reception, Luca Gargillo. Check out the recovery room instant replay. Ayden Ferguson just drops back, likes what he sees, tosses it nice and high. Look how he fits this in just over the defender for the Sharks, just over his outside shoulder. Great ball, young man, which will put him up 27-0 with the extra point coming.
Well, Dave,
Hang on a second. Is there a flag on the play? I believe there's an illegal man downfield was the signal.
So that's 2 touchdowns they have brought back today. One was a run, and this one was the pass. It was a nice play.
It was a nice play, and it doesn't hurt the Eagles. I'm sure they're going to run it this time, though.
Hand off the number 4 again around the outside, and he gets out of bounds. So now he makes a nice run, which is going to bring up first down. So you're trying to work on that passing game.
He outran 2 of them. He could have been tackled behind line of scrimmage. Turns it into a 20-yard advantage.
So we're going to take this back, and we're going to talk about that opportunity of working what's working. So you seen where he came out and struck out a pass, but unfortunately a penalty brought it back. So right now you're in the red zone. Defense get tight in red zone, but you got to make sure your red zone plays are working. So do we go for another pass right here to see if his passing game, because it's going to be some games to where they need it.
I do see a timeout by the Eagles, and it's probably just because the clock was going down late out of the huddle.
5 years, I haven't.
You know, this is where that challenge is going to come in to that Glory Days player of the game. You know, we've had some players, you know, stand out here today, you know, that have the opportunity to be the player of the game. You know, one stick out in my mind was that situation where Tyree Davis, you know, ran down that lineman. You also had, you know, some great plays by number 4. You know, he has some excellent runs. You know, it's one of those things to where it's going to be tough, Dave.
Yeah, 15's played a good game as well. The O-line has moved people all night. The D-line's been living in the backfield for the Eagles.
You know, sometimes you would say, you know, we wish we could give the entire, you know, offensive, defensive line, you know, the Glory Days player of the game, but unfortunately we got to pick one player. But I must, you know, give credit where credit is due.
That's quarterback Ayden Ferguson, number 15, in for his second touchdown.
And he gets the flag, which I'm quite sure coach is going to get with him. You know, that excitement, you know, especially in high school football, you can't do excessive celebrating. So I'm quite sure, you know, the referee got him because he went into the end zone.
Yeah. And they'll still get the points. They'll still get the points that make it a longer field goal attempt here. But that's Mr. Ferguson's second touchdown on the evening.
You know, this is actually the first time I've ever been, you know, to a high school football game and actually got to see strobe lights of the game field lights, you know, to where when something exciting happened from the players coming on the field to the touchdowns and the strobe lights are going across, you know, they have made this an atmosphere, an exciting atmosphere to be in.
And the student body loves it. You know, they erupt every time those lights do that. Raul Maldonado on the PAT. 28-0 with 1:32 to go.
I didn't think we'll have a game to where, you know, the score is the way it is, but being here, being in this atmosphere, this game has been played very well. Yes, we had some penalties on both sides of the ball, but Coach Garofano prepared for this game. His game plan of what he wanted to do, it worked out.
Well, you saw the energy level on the Eagles sideline from the coaching staff, the players, pregame. You saw it there at the first
VFW,
quarter.
I went through
and they've had some energy all game long. Extra
I thought they couldn't
energy.
help me. And, you know, I got in touch with Chris, and he got right to work on it.
Looks like the penalty's going to be,
I'd say
for the
within a
excessive
year,
celebration, is going to be right here off the kickoff. They're going to back him up on the kickoff. And Nature Coast has 1:47 left to try and take advantage of this soon-to-be good field position.
Back deep for the Sharks, going to be number 7.
I think they're going to call somebody off sides on the Eagles. Got a little head start before the ball was contacted by the kicker. I'm just going to back him up another 5 yards. That was a good kick. But he gets a chance to do it over. And now Samuels and number 3 for the Sharks, Carlos Rodriguez. They know where the ball can go if they want to return it. Looks like they're trying to get the ball to number 3, because that's where all 7 of the Eagles are lined up.
Well, Dave, I'm glad the heavy rain held off. You know, it's the misty rain, which gave us an opportunity to see a great game. Number 3 drops the ball, but he picks it back up. Number 9 immediately met there, but he was able to get away from number 9. He's still trying to run hard. He still has some life in him trying to do something and make a play for these Sharks with 1:36 remaining in the ball game. You know, but this Friday, you know, the atmosphere was set, the tone was set. You know, even with the rain it still was a beautiful game. The fans stayed, watching each and every play. They didn't leave early or anything like that, and they act like it wasn't raining outside. So now the challenge comes up. We got 1 minute and 36 seconds, to figure out who the Glory Days, player of the game is going to be. And what do they get?
Well, they get that coveted GCSN T-shirt and the Glory Days gift certificate right here for Brooksville, Florida. And they get a little bit of pride getting that, winning the player of the game in such a big game here for both squads.
So this has been a showdown. Might not been the score we thought it would be, but the Eagles came out to play today, and we can't take that from them.
Well, they're sending the message to all the other teams in the county, and this will be 113 points scored and 7 points given up after 3 games, which is pretty good stats. Pretty good margin of victory.
The clock continues to run. 50 seconds remaining, where it seems like the Eagles have ran away with this one, 28-0. Don't forget, next week we'll be right here with Gulf Coast Sports Network coming to you live. So tell a friend, tell a relative. Check us out on your social media. Subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you place us ready, because we'll be right back here as the Eagles take on Sun Lake.
That's likely the last play of, well, they stopped the clock with 18 seconds to go. Looks like an injured, he did grab his back of his leg right before he went down with 18.9 seconds. I think we can go ahead and announce the player of the game for Glory Days. Player of the game is none other than number 4, Connor Macasio, with 2 touchdowns tonight and well over 100 yards rushing. Connor Macasio, fantastic job. I hope you enjoy your shirt, and I know you'll enjoy your food from Glory Days. Congratulations, Connor.
Congratulations. This has been one to watch. I believe last year, what was the final score? Was it Nature Coast 17, Springstead 0?
Yes, and they were tied it was a real close game there at going into the fourth quarter. But yeah, it ended up being 17-0 last season in favor of the Sharks. I mean, the home team wins again.
Right, and it was one of those games to where if you were at the game, it did not seem like, it was a blowout or anything like that. Ladies and gentlemen, your Springstead Eagles have defeated your Nature Coast Sharks 28-0 as the field erupts with each and every player. We're going to turn it over to Will Wilkie, and we had a great time with you, ladies and gentlemen.
Great job on the call tonight, boys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook. For Abe Dowdell, Dave Barrett, Wild Bill Lizer, Brian Lott, Derek Smith, I'm Will Wilkie. And we'll see you next time